Sangat with Guru's Shabad. The Guru's blessing. Sangat with Guru's Shabad is Gur Prasad. Makes our life so sweet, so beautiful, so blissful, so amazing. Guru's Bani is a wisdom, comes from the Guru. The Guru who have experienced it. Guru's Bani is Guru's experience. And for us to attain that, for us to go through that process, what once Guru Sahib went through, what Guru Ji is guiding us for, we must understand the protocol. Of course, if we didn't understand the purpose, that what's in it for me, there's no need for us to understand the protocol. I remember in 1994, it was 5th of September, that I set up the school, Raj Academy. So it's 26 years now. We're celebrating the birthday of the school, this non-profit. And I remember in those days, people were saying, nobody have ever asked these questions. So I will be standing alone without community support. So for me to do any charitable work, for me to revive this, for me to contribute any positive way, I need support. And also, because when we try to project a corruption, we point out to something is not happening right, it makes many people uncomfortable. So I was brought to this awareness that that can happen. And it is 26 years gone by. Sangat's blessing have brought Raj Academy to this place, where from the Dilruba, Guru Gobind Singh Ji's instrument, to the Rabab, and those traditional meters, Guru's prescription, has been brought into a different light. And now you see these instruments in the courts of the Guru. Our children are picking it up. And they're trying to build a bridge. They're trying to establish a missing link. And on this very special day, where I would like to thank all of you who in any way have supported us and supported this charity of yours. It is non-profit in UK, it is non-profit in Europe, it is non-profit in Canada, non-profit in States. Anyway, the work is legalized by the government, because we were thinking to set up the courses with the universities, with colleges, with schools. And you can understand that mindset of a person who migrated from Punjab, want to come to the Gurdwara Sahib Sunday, want to bow and move on with why he or she are here outside of the land of Punjab. And this seems a very hard work. Correcting, like, okay, Raag Asa. Oh, I need to understand that. Okay, so it is not just the job of the Ragis, it is my job too as a Sikh. Vaheguru, that's a lot of work. I don't want to sing Kirtan, but I want to be a Sikh. This was quite unsettling. That was the biggest challenge. But despite all of these things, there were a majority of you who came out to support us. And we are here. We produced the documentary Sikh Musical Heritage, the Untold Story, which is available for you to watch now. It was your blessing, your contribution. Establishing courses like BTech National Diploma. Establishing courses like online platform for learning. So not just looking that we need to revive these instruments, we need to revive the traditions of Khalsa court. But also understanding that there is not one side. There was a lot of problems in community, and we still are facing. We're not talking about it. That's a different thing. The abuse in the community. I'm not saying it is only in Sikh or Punjabi community. It is in every community. Hindu, Muslim, Christian community. That under the name of a God who worship, people were manipulated and children were molested. I remember going into a school to teach, and where I learned this was 6 or 7 year old girl was molested by one who came to teach the Shabd. And it really, I couldn't sleep for weeks. I couldn't. So I decided to set it up and take it to the institution where CRB check, criminal check, will be done. But very quickly I learned that the one who comes here on a permit has no record in this country. There's no way for me to find out that person have this sort of record. Number 2, these people knew how to sing, but had no idea about how to teach. But it was a cheap labor. Is it changed? No. Little bit things are moving because the second generation is taking charge. But the core problem, the dark side of it, still exists. So in 94 I decided I will set it up and fix this with established institutions like colleges, schools, and universities. We were the first institution in the world to set up, in Raj Academy, to set up the degree and master's program. Just as a solo Sikh music, composition and performance, not a part of Indian classical structure. And so many other things, taking it from one angle to another. And where we reached to this outreach program, online learning. In 2005, Raj Academy established online learning program. It was a dial-up connections those days. There was no broadbands or fiber optic connections. It was very difficult. But in 2005, we prepared. What is Dilruba? How can I learn it at home with my own pace? My little ones, my daughters. How do I avoid the risk? Because I don't have a solution right at the moment. Getting person arrested, taking it to court, punishing it, that's a separate thing, but the damage is done. And nobody seems like addressing those things. So how do we avoid this situation? Do I want my children to learn Kirtan? Yes, of course. Do I want to put them to risk? No, not at all. Do I want to give risk is not just their physical safety, their educational safety too. The person who does not understand what is the asa and what is the purpose of asa, how do that teacher will guide then the child into a growth as a Sikh. Many of you, those videos we watch on internet, you point toward that, look, that person, that teacher who's teaching this is putting the child's physical body at risk. So bringing the right foot at the front, for example, and asking somebody to hold the instrument with the toe of right foot. Is the child is sitting like this for an hour or two, that is definitely a problem. A long-term issue will turn into chronic pain with the shoulder and neck and the lower back. But we're not looking to address these situations because education is not the priority. Although Guru Nanak Ji made it. So this Raag, this Shabad we did today, in Sangat to Guru Nanak Sahib, Suhee Kafi, the Raag was Suhee Mahla Pehla, Kafi Kar Daswa. I feel that was the heartbeat when we set up the Raj Academy. Yeah, Kartapurkh provides us. Guru Nanak Ji gave us Suhee Kafi, Suhee Lalit, Tilang Kafi, Gaudi, and 11 other types of separate Gaudis. There's total 60 rags. Amazing. He loved us. He gave humanity a chance, a brilliant access, a golden key. What did we do? And I learned that from Suhee Kafi. Deda de, lede, thak pae. Juga jugantar khahi khae. Kartapurkh loves us. Established the sun, moon, earth, and the distance, and everything is happening in an order, a beautiful order, and doesn't charge. It just gives us. Kartapurkh loves us. The everything Kartapurkh created is creation of love, right? But where is our reflection of love? I've seen this fakir in the streets of Punjab. He caught my attention because he was wearing bangles. Then he was, decorated his body with makeup and all of this jewelry, this man. Judgmental mind, I thought, what a drama. But then from a distance I was watching, he was just dancing around and singing. He was in this world of his own. There was something genuine, there's something so beautiful. And I went to this fakir, didn't ask anything, I just saw, observed that his expression, his gratitude, that he was in love. It didn't care what people will think, what people will say. He just wanted to say thank you, Kartapurkh. What makes us Sikh of Guru Nanak Sahib is Suhee Kafi. If there is no love, you can't go use hatred to learn something and grow. Beautiful, amazing person. I'm not saying hatred cannot teach us. Yes, it can. But that respect and love, that's the mood of Suhee Kafi when you wake up at the morning and after your bathroom, you open the gutka and you read the Bani and you're trying to connect and say, I love you, Kartapurk, for this morning, for this possibility, for this connection. When you're expressing it, I shared this story with you earlier. Ravan, from the epic, one of very famous epic, Ramayana. In Sri Guru Granth Sahib, this is mentioned. The name of this person I'm talking about, Ravan, around 5,000 to 7,000 BC, this is what happened. So, one day he took his sword out and he said, I love you to the Creator. And he said, I want to see you. And he put the sword, thinking inside, the life is no worth without my Creator, without seeing it. So they said, the projection of this story was the lust, anger, greed, attachment, ego, touch, taste, smell, sight, hearing, all of these connections. He demolished those. He beheaded those. And when what he believed into the Creator, his Creator, his God didn't appear at the front of him, he thought, not worth living. So he picked up the sword to now to end the life. And the Shiv Puran says that the Shiv appeared in front of him. He said, what are you doing? What are you doing? He said, and nothing. He said, but you were about to take your life. He said, yes, without looking at your face, it wasn't worth having it anyway. This was stubborn. This can be seen a very different way. But I am not looking into the whole action. I'm thinking about something which leads to this expression of love. And you don't care. You don't care about anything. His God asked him that, what do you want? He said, nothing. I love you so much that I can't live without seeing you. I feel the same thing when I look into Shaheed by Mati Singh. Remember, it was with the soul, he was, cut into two because he refused to accept Islam. But his love for humanity, his love for the rights of human, his love to Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji. That's the Suhee Kafi. It doesn't matter that what I lose. It's not about gain. It's not about what will I have. That's what Suhee Kafi is. When you become that fakir because of love, not because of you have no other choice or because you're afraid of God and you must live this sort of life, become a monk or something. No. Or yogi, go to mountain, become a sadhu, put the ash on the body and wander around. No. Responsibly, consciously, when you decide that and you find that I am in love with the Creator and you express that, what makes the bhakti happens. There is a line which Gobind Pao Bhagat da Pukha. The Kartapuruk just wants you to express that love. And when you are in a love, you can't be angry. When we are in love, we can't be demanding. There's nothing wrong and right. Usually what happens, we say, oh well, It shouldn't have happened like this. This is wrong. This is utterly wrong. This is not normal. What's in it for me? Okay, Papa, I love you, but because you didn't do this for me, so no. That's not love. When we are correcting things. So when we established Raj Academy, it was not to correct things. It was to bring it at the center point. It was not about you're doing wrong and we are doing right. It's not about that even today. It's just that Suhee Kafi, that where I love my Kartapurkh, also the Sangat also, and team together, we are building this beautiful thing. But not afraid of things that, what if we don't get hundreds and thousands of people to support us? Like, accidentally, this is a digital world, accidentally, we lost a channel. Our YouTube channel, Raj Academy, spent about 10 years to build that channel, and there were a lot of people subscribed it, and we lost it. Accidentally, these things happen. And the team sat down and we thought, it's another opportunity to build it again, a beautiful one. And I hope you guys can subscribe it to the channel. And I request that to all of you. Follow Raj Academy on social media, on YouTube channel also, so that we can carry on sharing. It is important for us to have a dialogue. I'm not saying, or the Raj Academy in past 26 years, and not saying that this is wrong and this is right. We're just here to showcase this is how Guru Sahib did things. Our connection is not with the society and what's comfortable today, what is a modern need. It was what Guru did. And does it work for us? Do I want my children to follow my Guru? Or do I want my children to follow a society? I think I got to walk the walk rather than just telling them things. A good story, a sugar-coated stuff, and lure them into, that's not gonna work. They ain't gonna last. You guys were not born when there was a big fashion in UK of a Wednesday, there was beans and chips, and then pizza came later on so the youngsters can get to the Gurdwara. And I observed that many youngsters didn't even bother to go upstairs or to the Guru's court to bow. I didn't even understand what was the need of beans and chips. You luring them. You are enticing the greed rather than putting the reality. So when people said to me, it's not going to work, you're going to have a lot of people against you, I thought, well, as a Sikh, I've got to do what a Sikh does. It's not about, if I don't have a Guru, I won't have a Sangat. I can't just work around the Sangat. I have to focus toward the Guru and yes, move as a Sangat forward. And it's been 26 years. Your blessings, your sport has created milestones.